Plate number 2. Geological processes in the Earth's interior, volcanic activity and earthquakes. The Earth's interior is never at rest. Geological processes take place deep underground. These can be extremely powerful, resulting in visible effects on the surface, such as earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. Volcanoes are incredibly captivating and mysterious natural occurrences, not just for geologists. Predicting when a volcano will simply bubble or burst into an impressive eruption is a great challenge. There are approximately 1,500 active volcanoes worldwide, along with numerous inactive ones. A volcano earns the active label when it has erupted within the past 10,000 years, with recorded or traceable evidence. Living near a volcano seems risky, doesn't it? After all, between 500 million and 1 billion people live close to active volcanoes. A lot of them feel scared about an eruption taking place. Volcanoes and regular mountains share many similarities. They have a similar shape and are typically found in mountain ranges. Usually, volcanoes form in areas where two lithospheric plates meet. You remember, the lithosphere is the outermost layer of the Earth. Volcanoes are found not just on land but also beneath the ocean surface. The underwater volcanoes have been less examined. Diving in a suit with an oxygen tank makes researching them much more challenging than exploring them on land. Volcanoes exist primarily because of the Earth's internal heat. Deep inside, the Earth's components like rocks are in a melted condition due to colossal heat. Most volcanoes are shaped like a truncated cone. They rise like a mountain, but without a sharp peak. Instead, they have a circular hollow on top that's called a crater. Inside every volcano is a magma chamber in the Earth's crust, also known as the lithosphere. In the magma chamber, molten rock collects, namely the so-called magma. When gas accumulates in the magma, it creates intense pressure. The pressure is released in a loud boom known as an eruption. It clears the way for the hot interior, which pushes upward. Magma bubbles out of the volcano. On its way up, the magma still has to pass through the vent. The vent is the connection from the magma chamber to the crater and thus to the outside world. Magma that comes to the Earth's surface changes name and shape. It is now called lava and is soon no longer liquid. The cooling process causes lava to solidify. So you can imagine lava like a rock sample from the depths of the Earth. Only, conveniently, you didn't have to dig for it, it came to you. During the quick solidification of lava, vulcanites, volcanic rocks such as basalt, are formed. If magma doesn't make it to the surface of the Earth, plutonic rocks called plutonites, such as granite, are created. Volcanic eruptions are not just dangerous because of the hot lava. Toxic gases and ash are also released. Sometimes there is so much ash in the air that airplanes can no longer fly. Some volcanic eruptions are not very spectacular. In these instances, the lava moves slowly from the volcano and doesn't rush down the mountain like an avalanche. These volcanoes are relatively peaceful, so there's not much pressure that can build up. As a result, dangerous eruptions with ash clouds do not happen. Even with all the advanced technology available, scientists are still unable to predict precisely when a volcano will erupt. However, they can collect hints for a potential volcanic eruption by monitoring seismic activity, which is the movement of the Earth's crust. Scientists also monitor the volcano's surface for any changes. This helps them determine whether magma is accumulating and causing the volcano to bulge before an eruption. High levels of specific gases are another indication of potential volcanic activity that scientists look out for. As the magma rises, it releases sulfur dioxide, which is a key gas in volcanic activity. Volcanoes and earthquakes are closely linked. An increase in seismic activity can signal the beginning of an eruption. This movement means that deep layers of rock are fracturing, signaling that magma is approaching the surface. It's similar to when you shake up a lemonade bottle before you open it. Volcanoes and volcanic eruptions also have positive aspects. Geothermal energy produces electricity, and volcanic materials are used for construction. Weathered volcanic rock and ash make excellent fertilizers. Certain islands exist as a result of once active volcanoes, such as the Hawaiian Islands and the Galapagos Islands. At these locations, underwater volcanoes have brought up so much material that new land has been created. In both Earth's crust and mantle, large amounts of energy can sometimes build up and need to be released. The result is earthquakes. They originate from the so-called earthquake focus, namely the place of the strongest energy buildup. Most earthquakes happen because tectonic plates move, with only a small number being caused by volcanoes. From the earthquake focus, earthquake waves spread underground in all directions, losing strength with increasing distance. Directly above the earthquake focus, on the surface, is the so-called epicenter. This is the area that gets shaken the most.